Hey, welcome to Flashback Monday. We've only got 36 more episodes to go, I believe. So, I'm starting to cherish each one of these. I love doing Flashback Monday. I'm going to miss it terribly when it's over. I've got a few ideas of what to do afterwards, but we'll probably move If Then Fridays to Monday and just have Voyager recaps on Friday by that point. Um, this is a little smaller than previous weeks, but February is going to be ginormous. So, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Kairos, Tina. It's nice to meet you. It's been a while. Please hit the like and subscribe. It would help tremendously if you could tell people about my channel, word of mouth, let people know I'm here, that I exist. It would be most appreciative. So here we are, January 2014. Ah, so many books. 288 books. And we're only going to look at like 1/3 of those. But we start with Regency like we always do. Sometimes they move the other categories around, but they always start with Regency and they always end with Paranormal and Harlequin. But sometimes the inner, depending on what they're focusing on that particular month. So, A Gentleman Till Midnight. It's, it's, and it's not, oh, there it is. Here you go. A Gentleman Till Midnight. In green. And most of the books, by the way, if I don't mention it, are at least 4.5 or 4 stars. And there's an occasional 3, and I'll mention that, but most of them are 4.5 stars. Delane's dynamic debut is a high seas adventure, lover's banquet with all the drama of a pirate voyage and the passion of a battle at Will's romance. Lady Catherine Killock, the infamous sea captain known as Corsair Kate, prizes her hard-won freedom and holds on to the dream of saving her family estate for her blind, half-Moorish daughter. Catherine is on her way to England to claim her title when she pulls a man from the sea. Captain James Ware is haunted by his role in Catherine's captivity. When James realizes the woman he's wronged is his savior, he assumes another seaman's identity. Catherine tries to fight her attraction to the sailor, but his kindness to her daughter is her undoing. This is going to be a good one for my identity one. I'm going to do an identity one. I need to put this down. This is going to be a good one for identity. Thinking about doing that for June. Okay. The Lone Warrior, Laurie Austin. Naked guy on the cover. 4.5 stars. Once upon a time, there was a storyteller who spun a powerful tale brimming with history, reality, intense harshness, and the passions of the West. Honor led former Confederate soldier Luke Fellon to trade himself for others' freedom. Courage earned him the name White Ghost with hair of fire, and death thrust him into the life of a recluse until Rose Warner seeks him out. After her 2-year-old daughter Lily is taken by the Cheyenne, Rose needs Luke's expertise, but he refuses to return to the Cheyenne camp. Luke is soon impressed by her courage and agrees to accompany her. Gonna save him. Christina Brooke, The Greatest Lover. We don't. Oh, there we go. Yes, ma'am. Naked guy on the cover. Uh, 4.5 stars. Brooke delivers what readers want: a smart, witty, sexy, and just plain delightful romance in spades. Fiery Georgiana Black rashness leads to a broken engagement when her fiancé, the Earl of Beckham, refuses her ultimatum to stop a duel over her honor. 6 years pass, during which refuses every suitor and struggles to keep her sister from copying her mistakes. When Georgie discovers that Violet is attending a scandalous party, she follows her, and comes face to face with Beckman again. Gee, 6 years. They wasted 6 years. Anne Stewart, never trust a pirate. Yes, ma'am. 4.5 stars. The second in Stewart's Scandal at the House of Russell series is kind of challenging, wonderful, rewarding romance that her fans have come to relish. Madeline Hunter is determined to solve the mystery surrounding her father's disgrace and death, even if it means taking a position as a maid in the household of one of the prime suspects, the notorious pirate Captain Thomas Morgan. Having risen from the gutter to the life of comfort and wealth, half Romania Captain Morgan is determined to earn respectability through a societal marriage. What did he try as housekeeper? Yes, ma'am. Mm. If earls were wishes. If wishes were earls, sorry. White doesn't do very well on my computer. 4 stars. Boyle refreshes the Friends to Lover plot with a quick-paced, delightful characters. The ants are hilarious. Harriet Hathaway has been in love with the Earl of Roxley forever and dreams of marrying him until he ignores her when they invite her to a house party. Desperation leads to actions that could destroy Harriet's reputation, but catch Roxley's attention. The heated night leads Harriet to believe he'll propose, but he plans to announce his engagement to another woman. Harriet isn't ready to take no for an answer, and she takes up every opportunity to get him alone. Excuse me for a minute. Allergy. Um, Montana Bride. Naked guy on the cover. Joan Johnston, 4 stars. 10th in Johnston's Bitter Creek saga and third in her Mail Order Bride series is this lovely, sweet, and sensual story of a couple slowly progressing from strangers to friends and lovers. Um, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hetty Wentworth assumes the identity of Carl Norwood's deceased mail order bride, taking on the care of orphans Griffin and Gracie and hoping to give them a chance. Carl is a botanist trying to manage a lumber camp. He isn't fooled by Hetty's masquerade, but he's drawn to her beauty and curiosity about her motives. That works out. Um, Secrets of a Gentleman Escort. We have a gentleman escort. Naked guy on the cover. My leaning tower piece is gonna end up on the floor here. Um, Bronwyn Scott, 4 stars. Scott fans get another delicious, sexy plum when she lets readers in on the secret life of Victorian male escorts. That's stiff, right? Honoria Price Ellis has just a few weeks to enjoy herself until she has to marry to save her fortune. Thinking to outwit her greedy family, she seeks the company of a discreet professional lover. Okay. Samantha Grace. One rogue too many in purple. 4 stars. Two men vying for one woman makes a merry romp. Grace captures the essence and atmosphere of the era, even if the light story does not entirely captivate readers more seeking more depth. Lady Gabriella would love to trust Anthony Eaton, Earl of Ellis, but she can't quite believe the rogue since professed his undying love and then left her. This time Gabriel is guarding her heart. Gabriel does not know the truth behind Anthony's action and vows to wed a steady, calm man. Enters Baron Sebastian Thorne, is determined to lure Gabriel into his bed. Okay, she's busy. Uh, Shiverini, you want to help mommy find a book? Cause you know, it's at the bottom of the pile. Yes, it is. I see it. It's at the bottom of the pile. The big pile. Let me just get here. Ah, shit. Oh well. Uh, Jennifer Shiverini, Mrs. Lincoln's arrival. Where is it? 4.5 stars, 1800 America. This book centers on one of the most beloved women during the time of the Civil War, Kate Chase Prague, who conspired to be well known for her social game and better than her rival Mary Todd Lincoln. Though this story based on actual letters written by Kate and other family members, readers learn what it was like to be in the public spotlight before and during the Civil War. Kate Chase will do anything to help her father become the next president of the United States. When he loses the race, she is devastated but holds her head up and convinces him to take the job as Secretary of Treasury, with it the hope of securing his place as the next president. Kate knows she will need to form a friendship with Mary Lincoln and reaches out. The only response Kate ever receives is silence. Oh well. On to mainstream. Karen White, Return to Trad Street. 4.5 stars. White's iconic Southern fiction with a woo-woo twist is superb. Her humorously eloquent narrative illustrates her graphic scenes, while her characters, including the house, deserve rave reviews for their performances. Over 40, pregnant and single, ghost whisperer Melanie Middleton has decisions to make, including whether to marry her baby's father or to Jack Trellham. Right when her never appreciated gift has gone MIA because of her pregnancy, her haunted Charleston home once again unearths human remains, this time a baby's, accompanied by an angry, vengeful, and potentially violent ghost. To top it all off, a couple appears claiming to be the rightful owners of her inherited home. Inherited home. Oops. What she left behind. 4.5 stars. Captivating in its complexity, this novel brings together the strength and suffering of two young women born more than 60 years apart. 17-year-old Izzy Stone has been in the foster care system for almost a decade, ever since her mother fatally shot her father and was sentenced to life in prison. When Izzy's new foster parents have her helping catalog the contents of a long-shuttered state asylum, Izzy becomes captivated by the story of Clara Cartwright, feeling tied to Clara by her own story at 18. At the same, Clara's life was drastically altered when her family committed her to the asylum. As Clara's story unfolds, Izzy is forced to face her own demons and long-hidden secrets. Keep calm and carry a big drink. 4.5 stars. Group founder creates a delightfully reading magic with the follow-up to her smash hit, There's Cake in My Future. Her lovable characters are back in hilarious adventure that reminds readers of their own hectic and extremely unpredictable lives, also giving them a chance to distance themselves from harsher realities by immersing in Groove Felder's easy writing style. It's been a year since Seema, Nick, and Mel pulled the magical charms from Nick's brutal shower cake, but that would shape their destinies in unexpected ways. Now the three friends are adjusting to new lives as bride to be, a mother to be, and a single girl, in pursuit of a genuine love. While Nick and Cena's lives seem to get on track, Mel's has veered off in a possible direction. She's 32, single, possibly jobless, and soon to be homeless. Another cake pull at Seema's bridal shower at the last thing Mel wants until Nick convinces her otherwise. This time, Nell wants to pull the passport charm to make time for travel, and naturally, things don't go her way. I did not get that at all. I did not get that. Um, what I had before you. It's like an old picture of Coney Island. It's not gonna work. Um, 4 stars. Cornwell's debut is a dreamy trip to the past with one foot planted in the present. Readers will enjoy trying to figure out the puzzle of Olivia's past while desperately hoping she finds her missing son. The haunting tale of a childhood disordered by trauma, myth, and devotion will stay with the readers long after they've turned the last page. Newly divorced and dealing with her son Daniel's recent diagnosis of bipolar disorder. I know some people with bipolar disorders. Newly divorced and dealing with her son's recent diagnosis of bipolar disorder, Olivia decides to take her children for a brief visit to her hometown of Oceana Vista, New Jersey. She's not been home in more than 20 years, and upon her return, Olivia is flooded by memories of teen years. When Daniel suddenly disappears, Olivia thinking about the past time she was home and the mystery of her twin sisters. Her mother and sister were dead, but who Olivia knew was still alive in her heart. Don't know. Oh. 3 questions for Miss Broomfield. Let's see. Nick, Mel, and Seema are dealing with another cake pull-up mix in Kim Gruffel's Keep Calm and Carry a Big Drink. What is a cake pull and how did it become the premise for these 2 books? A cake pull is a bridal shower tradition that originated in Victorian England, but it is practiced mostly in southern United States. You place a number of silver charms, each with a ribbon attached, into a 2-layer cake. In the frosting between the layers, each guest pulls a ribbon, and the charm attached is supposed to predict her future. So, for example, the woman who pulls the engagement ring charm will be the next girl in the room to be engaged. The girl who pulls the baby charm will be the next girl to be pregnant, etc. Okay, it's interesting. There's the whole question answer. All right, shall we move on to teen? No one else can have you. 4.5 stars. This debut novel is terrific, awesome, amazing, and it gets better with every page. Kippy is truly a great young adult protagonist who is believable yet weird, and readers will love her even as they shake their heads. Racked with grief over Ruth Fried's body is found trussed up like a scarecrow in the cornfield behind her house. Kippy Bushman learns more about her best friend and their friendship than she ever wanted to know when Ruth's mother drops off the girl's diary so Kippy can edit out the sex parts. Okay. Um, Diamonds and Deceits. Lila Rashid, Four and a Half Stars. Picking up where the characters left off in her At Summerton debut, Rashid skillfully fits a modern question to the story's historical frame. When conflict of class, race, and sexual orientation go head to head in multiple romances, who will be the first to defy history? Scandal follows Averly's siblings from their country estate to London as they start the social season in circa 1913. Rose has risen from the lady's maid to Lady Rose only to find that she's lonely at the top of the stairs. Alexander Ross may share her frustration with society and passion for her contemporary music, but Rose fears the Scottish Duke is more interested in rebelling against his family than planning a future with her. The Promise of Amazing. Four stars. Clear prose makes this a fun, fast read. Events unfold simply in the relationship between Grayson and Wren, who provoke smiles and winces as they wrestle with their emotions. After getting expelled, Grayson is trying to put the past behind him. When he sees Wren, Wren is trying to figure out what to do with her life, but doesn't know where to start. She meets Grayson and suddenly things change. However, when Grayson's friends start pulling him back in his old ways, things spin even further out of control. Okay, on to sci-fi. And if you can, it's going to be a couple weeks down the road, but I did an awesome sci-fi unboxing. If you watch my Sunday unboxings, I got a massive, massive shipment of sci-fi. We're talking probably 100 or 200 mass markets paperbacks, including a whole bunch of original um, Ian Fleming James Bonds. And I was surprised that they were massively thin books. They were thin. They were like that. The original James Bond's novels were this big. I should have kept them, but I didn't. Um, where's he going here? Oh, I got it. So you'll have to watch the. Oh, I got itch again. The unboxing to see all those. Oh, and I showed a couple of them in Star Trek. Inheritance. Okay. So we are up to sci-fi. River of Dreams. Lynn Kurland. Fournier stars. A hazardous quest for a kingdom whose name must not be spoken is at the heart of Kurland's latest fantastic installment in the Nine Kingdoms series. Time is running out for her Aisling to find her sword master assassin and return to Brudar to drive the usurper from the throne. Aiding in her quest is Prince Runak of Seligat, whose own magic was drained by his evil father Glare. Shockingly, Aisling has discovered that she has her own unusual ability to weave the elements. As they hunt for more clues as to what to expect is exactly what happened in Brudar. Runik learns that a very dangerous book he has found is wanted by a very dark mage. Um, something more. I the you can't see the title. What's the point? I was like, I had it on my list, and I'm like, okay. I looked at it 5 times before I saw it. Something more than night. Let's see. 4.5 stars. Tregella's amazing new fantasy thriller is a tour de force, a real nail-biting page-turner. Set in a post-apocalyptic future, his cerebral inter-narrative is a mix of classic gumshoe and quantum physics theology. And the ending is, oh my god. I have no idea. Someone's murdered the angel Gabriel and stolen the Jericho trumpet, a cataclysmic disruption in heaven and earth. It's the angel Baal's job to find a replacement for Gabriel and maintain the status quo. But in his intoxicated state, he chooses the wrong human, and matters go from bad to worse. Molly Pruitt becomes an unwilling cog in a Cecil puzzle wheel, assuming that she can replace Gabriel, find out who killed him, and save heaven and earth. See what happens there. The promise of no. Taste of Darkness. Maria V. Schneider. 4 stars. Snyder's latest brings us back into the world of the 15 realms, continuing the journey of Carrick and Avery as they fight to save their world from evil forces. A sick and dying Carrick is missing, so Ari goes off in search of her love. King Talon is now defeated, but Ari, Carrick, and the world of the 15 realms now face a new threat. The Skeleton King wants to take it over as his own. Meanwhile, Talon's army of the undead is resurfacing, and according to Avery's dreams, they may not have heard the last of Talon. See what happens there. And that is the end of sci-fi. We move on to suspense. Uh, hmm. Wait, it never showed up. So, hmm. Okay, there's no picture for this and it didn't show up. So, we're just going to do it. It's called Alone. It's Kendra Elliott is the author. It got 4.5 stars. Elliott never ceases to amaze readers with her magnificent gift for romantic suspense, and book 4 of the Bone Secret series is absolute proof. Forensic anthropologist Dr. Victoria Perez is needed a horrific crime scene at Forensic Park where 6 young girls clad in white dresses were found arranged in a circle. 5 are dead and 1 clings to life. It's strangely similar to another murder unearthed almost 50 years ago. As Victoria attempts to find the connection, medical examiner Seth Rutledge, her former love, shows up and struggles at heart stuff. So, we might have to do another forensics because I'm finding all these forensics that I didn't know about. Karen Robards, Hunted. 4.5 stars. Robots unleash a wild hide-and-seek romantic thriller. The action is non-stop. This over-the-top kidnapping drama races through New Orleans and the surrounding bayou. This vintage robots with plenty of action, danger, and sexy sizzle. At a party where New Orleans rich and influential are gathered, model cop Reed Ware takes everyone a hostage. Negotiator Caroline Wallace is called to the scene. Caroline had a crush on Reed years ago, so she's completely baffled by his behavior. Reed demands a street kid, Holly Bayard, be brought to the party along with a helicopter. When negotiations take a wild turn, Caroline is taken hostage during Reed and Holly's dramatic escape. Unfortunately, Caroline, the more she learns, the more danger she's in. Hi, Jane Krentz, River Road, 4 stars. Taking a break from the paranormal megastar, Krentz returns to romantic suspense roots by leading readers deep into the secrets buried in a small California town. Events from 13 years ago still reverberate and cause unexpected reunions. 13 years ago, Lucy Sheridan was visiting Summer River when a party thrown by a rich kid, Tristan, went bad. Lucy was rescued by Mason Fletcher before Tristan could drug and assault her. Then Tristan disappeared. His current whereabouts are a mystery. Now, forensic genealogist Lucy returns to Summer River to close up her deceased Aunt Sarah's house. Lucy also suspects foul play in Sarah and her partner Mary's car crash. Successful security firm owner Mason is also in town. While Mason's protective streak annoys Lucy, things are more dangerous than she suspected. Jill Sorensen, Badlands, 4 stars, plenty of action and a strong, sensitive hero make up the latest novel from Sorensen. Authentic characters, realistic scenes, good pacing, and the heated passion between Owen and Penny will keep the reader turning the pages. Wealthy politician daughter Penny Sunville is kidnapped along with her son Cruz, and bodyguard Owen Jackson and driven into California Badlands, where missing people are rarely found. Owen's troubled past has caught up to his present past that he preferred to keep from Penny, whom he secretly loves. After escaping, all three make their way through the desert, struggling to outwit the pursuers. In order to survive, Owen must reveal his dark past to Penny as well as his heart. Aww. Okay. Okay. On to inspirational. I could use some about now. Robin Lee, A Promise Kept. Ugh, I just spent so much. Promise Kept. Hmm. I hope it's a nice day by you. It's a nice day today. Robin Lee Hatcher, 4.5 stars. Hatcher's beautifully crafted tale alternates between the past and the present. Allison and Emma are incredibly relatable characters, and readers are able to examine their own lives through the mirror of the novel's events. Allison thought she heard a message from God telling her that her marriage could be saved, but her ultimatum caused her husband to walk out on her. After moving to the mountains of Idaho into the home she inherited from the great Aunt Emma, Allison begins to work through her grief. She finds Emma's journals in the attic and discovers many things about the woman and herself in the process. The headmistress of Rosemere. Sarah E. Ladd, 4.5 stars. This book has it all. Shining prose, heart-wrenching emotion, vivid and engaging characters, a well-paced plot, and a sigh-worthy happy ending. We all like happy endings, don't we? After her father's death, her brother's abandonment, and her mother's decline into melancholy, Patience Cretan labors in solitary sorrow to keep her family boarding school afloat. Her ceaseless efforts and quiet, burgeoning faith earn the admiration of her landlord, William Sterling, who fled London and returned to his ancestral home morally and financially bankrupt. Impatient, William sees an unpretentious woman fulfilled by a worthy vocation. In William, Patience sees a wounded man who's nevertheless strong and loyal enough to help her shoulder the heavy burdens together. Well, that's what they should do together. Um, where'd my sheet go? Um, no. You know, as many times as I do this, I don't think, you know, I hate it when it's in front of my face. Snapshot. Least will. 4.5 stars. Wheels, latest in captivating and difficult to put down. Racial tensions run high. Subtle faith elements unite the historical mysteries, and the author's personal connection to the story adds realism. In 1965, while investigating the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Special Agent James Waldron took his daughter Lisa to a civil rights rally where a prominent man was murdered. Leonard Dubose was arrested for murder and scheduled to be executed. Years later, James enlists his estranged daughter, now a federal prosecutor, to prove that Leonard is innocent before it's too late. Though Lisa questions if reconciliation with her father is possible, she agrees to help, especially since a powerful family might be involved. Hey, Echoes of Mercy. I've got a broken nail. Kim Vogel Sawyer. 4.5 stars. Sawyer has written a historical masterpiece layered with plot sequence in 1906, when children were hired in factories and given no education. I know someone else who wants to do that. The author uses this backdrop to elaborate with brave honesty these unjust working conditions. Caroline Lang is undercover as a worker in the Dinsmore chocolate factory to look into the death of a child labor activist. During her investigation, she befriends the factory janitor, Ali Moore, who she hopes will lead her to the truth behind the death. But Ali is also in disguise, working on a project of his own to improve safety conditions. Lined with stymie by Ali, who seems to have unlimited access to the factory as they each go forward with their investigation, they both seem as troublemakers at the factory and their lives are in danger. Hello. Suzanne Fisher, The Calling. See, can you see this? Sorry for the light. 4 stars. The second book in the Inn at Eagle Creek series is filled with romance, family secrets, and characters who are searching for fulfillment in their lives, with some unexpected results. Bethany Schrock's love life is a disaster. Her beliefs are unraveling, and she's in charge of cleaning out the house of 5 Amish sisters who haven't thrown a thing away in decades. Good Lord. She also has to contend with the handsome Jimmy Fisher, who insists on pestering her. Bethany finds some fulfillment in a new job running local soup kitchen, but there is something gnawing at her. With the reassurance from Jimmy, Bethany discovers the truth about her mother's disappearance from her life. Interesting. Dare to Love Again. Four stars. Lespin once again dives into the lives of the McClare family in the second series installment that flows well and is easy to read. Readers will love the fun, loving, and supportive family. The alternative perspectives of Allison and Nick make them well developed, likable characters that the readers can relate to. However, they both can be childish and frustrating at times. As a young woman, Allison McClare is helping her mother run a school for girls in Barbary Coast. Her personality clashes with gruff local detective Nick Barone, who is hired to watch over her. But could there be something more to Nick than his first impression on Allison? As she starts to fall for him, she finds out that her uncle is sure Nick is hiding something and Allison's heart may be broken again. Oh, the poor dear. Okay. Um, we are on to mystery. So, Lisa Gardner, Fear Nothing. Detective Dee Warren is back, but this time she is definitely not at the top of her game. Pain, its existence or lack thereof, plays a unique role in this hypnotic story. The plot has deadly edge as the daughters of a serial killer get caught in the web of a new killer. When it comes to delivering riveting, complex female protagonists, Gardner is in a class by herself. While returning to a murder scene after dark, Boston detective Dee Warren hears a low crooning shortly before she is shoved down the stairs. Left with a horrifically painful and slowly healing shoulder injury, Dee has no clear memory of what happened. To help her manage the pain, Dee works with Dr. Adeline Glenn, whose own rare genetic disorder means she is incapable of feeling pain. When the Rose Killer strikes again, Dee learns there's a connection to the Adeline family. Her deceased biological father and incarcerated sister are famous killers. Even in solitary, Shanna appears to have knowledge of the Rose Killer. But will she share? Will she help? Um, Hunting Shadows, Charles Todd. Hunting Shadows, got 4.5 stars. Hunting Shadows is another winner from this mother and son writing team. Strong atmosphere and complicated mystery make this book one that readers won't be able to put down. Set in England after World War I, both the history and atmosphere of this time are perfectly balanced. The devastating loss of so many soldiers and the physical and emotional crippling of the men who return from war, such as wrestlers who suffer from what we call PTSD. Scotland Yard Inspector Ian Rutledge is sent to the small English town of Cambridge to investigate two murders. Captain Hutchinson was shot at the entrance to Ely Cathedral, where he was attending a society wedding, and then a man of Parliament was shot by the same sniper. Rutledge is expected to find the murderer quickly, but there is little to go on, and the town's residents are holding their secrets close. A connection between the case and the war brings out Rutledge's emotional burdens. Can he identify the killer before his own demons catch up with him? Guess we'll see. Um, The Dead in Their Vaulted Arches. 4.5 stars. Bradley's latest Flava de Luce novel reaches a new level of perfection as it shows the emotional turmoil and growth of a girl who has always been older than her years and yet is still a child. There's another author whose character is Flavia, or the author's Flavia, and it's set in Roman times. You'll have to go check out my videos for those. Um, when Flavia was a baby, her mother disappeared while mountain climbing, and her father never recovered emotionally. Now, shockingly, her mother is coming home. As the family reunites at the train station, a man approaches Flavia and whispers mysterious message. Then he is pushed onto the train tracks and killed. After the family returns home, a grown cousin of Flavia's mother, who Flavia has never heard of, arrives with her strange child and an old piece of film that brings Flavia more questions about her family's past as she looks for a killer. Oops. What's going on there? Um, Dead to Me. Kath Staincliffe. Steeped in 4.5 stars. Steeped in flavor of the traditional British crime drama, this captivating novel maintains a high level of interest throughout, regardless of personal strength. Each of the main protagonists deals with personal issues, whether internal or forced on them by others. When DCI Gil Murray assigns a new partner to Janet Scott of Murder Investigation Team, she rebels, believing Rachel Bailey to be brash, impetuous, and too ambitious for her own good. The team is soon caught up in the murder investigation of a teenage girl who was violently stabbed to death in a sordid surrounding. Their search takes them beyond the girl's North Manchester flat, and her path leads them to several suspects. Rachel's lone wolf approach jeopardizes her place on the team, and Janet makes a mistake that could alter her life. Oops. Not good. Buried. This looks like one of the books in my unboxing. 4 stars. It's getting 2 books for the price of one in this exhilarating novel that's not just a crime. The stories get into emotions of its characters. Jason is discovered a latent feeling for her Ellie while she's torn about her relationship with her boyfriend. Two diverging cases, one personal, the other departmental related, pull Detective Ellie McIntosh in opposite directions. The bones of a young woman are found on her grandmother's property, causing Ellie to question his involvement. Several cop killings have everyone up in arms, and Ellie works with her temporary partner, Carl Grasso, and her former partner, Jason San Diego, who's recovering from a bullet wound, to discover who is behind the murders. What do you think? What do you think? NYPD puzzle, Parnell Hole, 4 stars. The newest entry in the Lovable Puzzle Lady series does not disappoint. Like those before it, NYPD Puzzle is easy to read thanks to Hall's writing style, intriguing characters, and once again, integrated word and number puzzles that add to the fun. Cara Felton, aka the Puzzle Lady, eagerly accepts the offer to accompany attorney Becky Baldwin to a potential client's New York City penthouse. Cora is getting over a painful breakup and could use a change of pace. When they get there, she and Becky find the man dead with a puzzle in his chest. Puzzle pieces? Or a piece of paper with a puzzle printed on it? I guess we'll have to read the book to find out, huh? Um, Blood. A van made in blood unravels the most unusual events of Marston's career, and his friends, a CIA agent and Capitan of the French police, are once again his able companions during his excellent entry in this series. The suspense builds up as Pryor's protagonist methodically pushes buttons until he reaches a starting conclusion. Regional Security Officer Hugo Marston is surprised when he's asked to babysit an isolationist U.S. Senator with an anti-Franco leanings and presidential aspirations. They are to attend a conference about the disposition of an island owned by the French and coveted by the Americans. I won't go there. The talks quickly go downhill when Senator Lake says someone was in the room during the night. Then a murderer clouds the issue and puts Marston in his investigation mode. But the key players mysteriously become unavailable, questioning or adamantly refuse to cooperate with him. Phone calls aplenty today. All right, now where was I? Catherine Bybee, single by Saturday. 4.5 stars. The fourth outing in the Weekday Bride series captures readers' hearts and keeps them glued to the pages until the fascinating finish. The rich explanation of romance is lighthearted yet heavily laden with hotness. Karen and Zach are a dynamic duo, and romance lovers will feel the sparks fly as they connect almost instantaneously. Bybee includes a bit of humor to soften the blow of this dramatic and modern story of passion. An entire year has passed since Karen Jones agreed to wed Hollywood celebrity Michael after rumors about his personal life began circulating. As payment for pretending to be a happy couple, she will be $5 million richer as soon as she signs the divorce papers. Then she meets her soon to be ex brother in law, Zach Gardner, who's drop dead gorgeous. He has eyes for Karen, and she's having a tough time keeping her eyes and her hands off him. Uh, she made the promise. Um, Leverick, the Valentine's arrangement. Leverick's first hard-feeling book is short, sassy, and romantic. It features a tough girl heroine and a dedicated soldier as the hero. Even with the compact size, this story touches a brief life issue forced by American soldiers in the battlefield. Ronnie is a talented tattoo artist and salt-tongued, take-no-prisoners woman. She grew up fighting her way out of a low-end trailer park and survived getting cheated on by soldier fiance. Now she does beautiful bodywork and zero time for hearts, flowers, or some Captain America look-like, especially on Valentine's Day. Oh, you can take the day. Just take the day and enjoy the day. Enjoy some chocolate if you can. Diabetic, sugar free if you're diabetic. Have a little ice cream, have a little cheesecake, have a little something. Just have a few moments for yourself on the day. Read a good book. I have a couple of weeks of Valentine cozies. Go look at. I have Valentine romances. Go look at. Have a fun. Watch a video. That's it. Get some ice cream and some chocolate and watch my Valentine's Day videos with all my teddy bears. And watch my teddy bear sing with no sound because the computer has some sort of filter. So then you have to go watch the short to hear the sounds of the teddy bear. So, Ronnie is a talented tattoo artist and salty tongue, take no prisoners woman. She grew up fighting her way out of a low-end trailer park and survived by getting cheated on by her soldier fiance. Now she does beautiful bodywork and has zero time for hearts, flowers, or Captain America look-like, especially on Valentine's Day. Home on leave for Iraq, Sergeant First Class Cale Emerson is on a mission. He wants a memorial tattoo to honor his fallen comrades. Dedicated to his soldiers, Kate doesn't do relationships that could distract him or leave a woman waiting back home. But short-term fun with a gorgeous, snarky tattoo artist is tempting. I don't know. I do not know. The Last Man on Earth. 4 stars. Warren steps out of historical mode to tell this tale of office romance. I prefer her Regency. It's a well-done version of an oft-told plot with characters who slowly reveal more of the depth in a believable manner. Madeline is a rising star at her ad agency, but the thorn in her side is also her chief rival for director Zach, charming and good-looking. Zach works the old boy network, leaving Madeline to battle for every scrap of business she can get for the agency. It drives her crazy, and she isn't afraid to tell Zach what she thinks of him. Zach thinks the lovely redhead is adorable, and he would love to get his hands on her, but he's not going to confirm or deny her accusations. Smartass. Um, don't. Somebody to Love, naked guy on the cover. 4 stars. Wild can always be counted on for fun yet hard-won romance. It's always nice to take a trip to Cupid, Texas, and a third book in the series has the same hometown feel and heart as the predecessors. Jericho Chance always gets his way. When he comes home to Cupid, Texas, he finds himself suddenly drawn to Zoe McCleary, his best friend. The girl with a fun personality and a big smile is nowhere near ready to settle down with one man. Well, you're gonna just have to talk her into it, that's all. And a lady we know very well, Big Sky Secrets. The final book in Miller's series, character-driven story that allows fans to discover secrets about the past. The drama and the history that put these characters on their current path is captivating. Landry Sutton is home at a Hangman's Bend's ranch to sell his part of his property to his brother. Though he grew up in the country, he is much more suited for the city where he made a fortune. Reza Manning is new to country life and isn't off to a great start when she's scared out of her wits by a bison by a nearby ranch family. Oh, he's gonna save her butt. And that's the end of contemporary romance. We are on to Paranormal. How to Run with a Naked Werewolf. And I have some of her books. I just don't have this one. 4.5 stars. Alaska is the perfect setting for protagonists looking to hide out and start over while encountering some werewolves along the way. It adds some interesting depth to Harper's latest triumph. How to Run with a Naked Werewolf touches on serious issues, including a woman who escapes a domestic abuse situation. Anna Murder is a woman on the run after her car explodes during a violent altercation that leaves Gabe Callahan Graham wounded. Anna uses her medical ability to nurse him back to health. Her previous experience as a physician with his wolf pack comes in handy. Now without a job or a car, Anna reluctantly agrees to travel with the cranky yet hunky werewolf. Caleb uses his natural ability as a tracker to take to his advantage as a bounty hunter. He doesn't always use legal means to get his man, but he does get the job done. Another lady that occupies quite a bit of these shelves up here, Miss Feehan. 4.5 stars. For years, avid Feehan fans have been patiently waiting for Skylar and Dimitri's story to unfold. First introduced years ago as the extraordinary child, Skylar is an adult and ready to take charge of her life. The interplay of destiny and free will has been a major theme in the long-running series. Since being rescued as a child, human Skylar Dmitry Zanov has known that Dmitry Tamara is her destined life mate. As she matured, their mutual bond has only grown stronger. So when Dmitry is taken hostage by Lycans and tortured, Skylar knows it's up to her to rescue him. Female to the rescue. I like a girl rescuing a guy. That's how it should be. Dark Crimson. Naked guy on the cover. What could have a stereotypical angel romance is heated up by the interactions between the angels have with their demon protectors. Jet is the quintessential broken hero, separated from his past and heritage. He's adrift in a new world in which he can't quite find his place. Jeff grew up in a research lab after being kidnapped as a child. He's been taught his demon race brings nothing but pain and suffering. But after helping Archangel Raphael escape the lab, he finds himself inexplicably drawn to the forest outside the enclave where Raphael lives, wanting to protect him. See what happens. Born in Blood. 4 stars. Perennial favorite, Ivy takes her considerable skills and launches an exciting and sizzling new paranormal series, The Sentinels. Kansas City Sergeant Duncan O'Connor has a homicide on his hands, and one is a doozy. A beautiful exotic dancer is found dead and her heart is missing, with no visible signs of removal. In order to try and find out what happened, Duncan needs the help of Callie Brown, a necromancer from Valhalla. Callie and Duncan have met before, and the sparks between them are undeniable. Naked guy on the cover. Oh, I missed one. All right, let me go back for a second. I missed this one, and I got this one purposely. I missed it. I missed it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Tapestry of Lies. 4 stars. With her direct approach and fearless sleuthing, the second weaving mystery finds Della throwing herself into an investigation, uncovering several surprising twists. If you go watch my knitting cozy, this will come up. Della Wright is excited when celebrity designer Bunny Boyd enters her weaving shop and asks for help in providing fabric to redecorate mansion of millionaire Bernard Whitney. Della attends a party at the Whitney mansion to better understand the project, but the gathering takes an ominous turn when an antique gun is stolen and later used in the murder of Mix McDermott, a local coffee shop owner and former photographer. Oops. And I knew I forgot one. I know I've seen a full page ad for this someplace. I can't find it. Forsaken, Jacqueline Frank. Um, 4 stars. Fans of Frank's Nightwalker series and the offshoot series called The World of Nightwalkers will love this installment. Leo Alvarez is a mercenary whose entire world is rocked by when his best friend becomes a host body for an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Determined to help his friend rid himself of the body worker, Leo must plunge into the supernatural realm head first. But when an attack proves too much, Leo must learn with team up with the Night Angel, whose body and personality rub Leo in all the right ways. Alright. Dark Bites. Kenyan fans can savor a plethora of Dark Hunter Were Hunter stories, collected for the first time all in one place. Most of these have been previously published. Yeah. Phantom Lover, Winterborn, Dark Hunter Christmas, Shadow of Moon, and Love Bites, and a special brand new tale of House of the Rising Sun. Kenyan does it well. Her latest ones are bone thin. Oh, and what I don't have a picture for it. Actually, the last two. Um, Heart of Stone, Christine Warren. The opening of Warren's hot new paranormal series is a snarky, creative, and steamy success that delights new and longtime fans alike. As her strong-spirited heroine slowly comes out of her shell and begins to revel in the fascinating and dangerous magic that surrounds her, readers will delight in the transformation. Ella Harrow has spent most of her life hiding her strange powers from the world, trying to find a normalcy in the art museum she adores. But when a stone gargoyle suddenly comes to life before her eyes, Ella knows that normal is not in her future. Kez has spent centuries asleep, waiting for the return of his 7 demons of dark. He can't explain why Ella was able to awaken him, or why she would hide her remarkable gifts. But when the evil he has created to face creeps out of the shadows, Kes realizes that the woman he has come to love holds the key to saving him. And our last one, after the fury of the demon, Diana Rowland. After the soul-shattering events of Touch the Demon, demon summoner Kara Gillian is fighting to put herself back together. Still recovering from Demon Lord Ryzek's horrific dirty dealing, Kara has placed her trust and love in Demon Lord Matzo. Matzo has been training Kara both for her own sake and in preparation for their rescue attempt of Itis. Matzel's kidnapped protege Kara is no longer with the police, but FBI agents Ryan, Christoph, and Zach have set her up as a civilian consultant. Maybe I'll do some pictures. The Spider, Jennifer Estep. The 10th Elemental Assassin is actually a prequel. The ever excellent Estep takes readers back in time to a significant assignment that helped mold Gio Blanco into the deadly assassin known as the Spider. A delivery of black roses to the pork pit takes Jin down a dark version of memory lane as she recounts to her lover, Owen Grayson, the significance of the flowers. A decade before, when Jin was just learning her assassin's craft, her mentor Fletcher Lane, should have been a simple assassination assignment, went horribly wrong. Dirty Magic, J. Wells. Wells kicks off her edgy Prosperity War series, which is set in a world where magic has the same corrosive effect as a drug addiction. As a patrol cop in Babylon, Kate is used to seeing the ugly underbelly of society. Magic, both legal and illegal, has caused rifts between the mundane and the adept populations. Once a gifted potion maker, Kate turned herself back on the adept heritage following her mother's tragic death. Kate now works as a cop while raising her 16-year-old brother Danny. When a routine patrol has Kate confronting a werewolf eating its prey, she learns of a ghastly new potion hitting the streets. Kate is then asked to join the Magic Enforcement Agency task force. And Kelly Armstrong, Brazen. Another man of the other world receives attention in Armstrong's latest, a long novella with illustrations by Xavier Dumas. Elena and Clay, key characters in previous tales, have brief scenes, but this is solidly Nick's tale. When the Wolfpack receives word that psychotic Malcolm Danvers is alive, Nick is assigned to kill him. To do so, Nick must work with the detective on Malcolm's trail, a sexy half-demon named Vanessa. When Malcolm kidnaps one of the operatives, Nick and Vanessa hop on a plane without waiting for the pack's assignment. Do they get in trouble? What happens? Alright, now into Harley Quinn. Let's see which one of these are done. Alright, she's not done at all. Give her a full half-page ad. And she's not in here. Brenda. Right? Yeah, we'll just show it then. They gave her a half-page ad, but there's no review. Let's see. Velvet Carter. Alright, Velvet Carter's the only one that got 4 stars. The others got very low ratings. So we'll just show this one here. How did I skip it? American Romance, Harlequin Blaze, Harlequin Desire, Harlequin Intrigue, Nocturne Kiss, Presence, Romance, Second Super Romance, Inspired, Suspense. Alright, I skipped it twice. Let's just go through. Still So Hot. Naked guy on the cover. Serena Bell, Still So Hot. To get publicity for her growing business as a dating coach, Alyssa Henderson has booked a dating boot camp in St. Bart's with a hot Hollywood starlet. The fact that the starlet has Alyssa's former crush, Brett Jordan, in tow is a huge problem. And the problems don't stop there. In the midst of controlling the client, a number of hijinks involving the paparazzi and the starlet's poor choices ensue. Ah, so they're giving a romance. Pregnant by morning. Oh, okay. Cat control. Widowed Texas business Matthew Wheeler has left the States to escape his responsibilities. He meets Evangeline while attending a masquerade ball against the romantic backdrop of Venice, and a night of passion ensues. And I guess you know what happens next. Romance. Special editions. Super Romance. I hear there's Velvet Carter, Bliss for Yours. After a divorce leaves her blacklisted and broke, Anna Lewis takes on the role of Saturday Night a diva on a reality show for women from divorced billionaires. Playing the role while keeping her real identity a secret becomes difficult when the new director, Brandon Gillian, comes on the set. After spending lustful days and nights together in Jamaica, it's hard for them to return to the make-believe world of television. Oh yeah, and that was this one here. And I think that's the end of Flashback Monday. There isn't anything in the erotica section. Oh, I missed the book conventions. They had big, huge conventions. I hope you have a good day.